Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our entitled parents. In today's episode, NMOM thought she was immune. I have to put my foot down. Entitled mom calls the cops on me for wearing a dress. Entitled uncle tried to give away my Xbox, backfires. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. NMOM thought she was immune. I have to put my foot down. My mom lives with her husband and my aunt, about 4 hours away, and has been whining the entire year that we don't go visit her as much as we used to. I can't quite express in one post just how stressful and entitled she is, but she is the type of mom you read about on this sub. I moved away with my husband because her toxicity is so bad for my mental health. I just can't deal with her. And the more I distanced myself, the worse she has gotten. She is my mother though, and I do love her. She has her good traits, but I just can't spend my life arguing with her. Well, currently I am 38 weeks pregnant, and with COVID I haven't felt safe traveling, especially because she and her husband refused to get vaccinated. She is also a smoker, so she is pretty high risk herself. Well, about a week ago, all three of them got sick, which they kept secret. I only found out when they called a few nights ago, complaining that her Vegas birthday trip had to be cancelled because they were all sick. My aunt is elderly and high risk, has fought cancer twice in the last 2 years, and couldn't talk or breathe past coughing. They only called me because I have a friend who works at their hospital, and they wanted me to demand my friend provide special treatment for aunt when they finally decided it was bad enough to take her to the hospital. Well, surprise, aunt has COVID. And not only have they been ignoring the clear signs, they have been going around town to shops and restaurants and the casino daily, and probably spread and infected who knows how many others. I told my mom it is absolutely non-negotiable at this point. She can't come visit my baby without a COVID test, so she got one just to prove a point. Lo and behold, she tested positive too. She is a huge Fox anti-vaxxer who touts her immunity and claims the virus is a hoax. Well, now she and my aunt and likely her husband have it, and she thinks she can sneak by without telling me to meet my baby. Her birthday was yesterday, and she whined about how it was her worst birthday ever because I didn't throw her a party. While I am days from giving birth and she has COVID, she expected me to drive 4 hours and throw her a party. She also told me she plans on going out with my cousin to dinner and gambling tomorrow to make up for her worst birthday ever. So she has zero plans to isolate. When I expressed my concern and disapproval, she yelled at me and made me feel guilty for nagging her on her birthday. The whole pregnancy she has panicked about how soon she can come to visit me before the birth, and even went as far as invited herself to stay with us for a month afterwards. At least this diagnosis gave me a clear reason to put my foot down and give her a solid no answer to visiting us RN. I just think it's insane that she is even willing to put her own daughter and only grandchild at risk. My husband and I, as well as husband's family, got vaccinated around 20 weeks into my pregnancy, so I feel relatively safe, but am still a bit worried, especially since my family is so clearly careless. She is just so selfish. She put so many people at risk this week. She is part of the problem, and I can't have her around us right now. All she cares about is getting to hold a baby. She doesn't give one single care for anyone's safety. But TBH, I don't care how many guilt trips she is going to give me, how many times she will whine or cry. I need to protect myself and my baby from her. And I am worried she will still just show up or do something just as dangerous in the future. I am tired of arguing with her. She still doesn't think she is wrong and thinks her positive test results are a lie. But I don't care. She isn't getting in my house, she's not getting in my hospital room, and she won't be holding my baby until she gets a negative test result and a vaccine. Entitled mom calls the cops on me for wearing a dress. Characters: EM entitled mother, barista / mail manager, GF my girlfriend, me or op. So I had a feeling this would happen on day, but I didn't think it would happen so soon. Contexts: I am gender fluid, meaning depending of how I feel I will present myself in that way. X if I feel feminine I will make myself look feminine, and if I feel masculine I will make myself look masculine. Also I am male at birth but I like to feel feminine. Some things explain me being gender fluid. Okay, story time. This happened over the weekend of last week. I was with my girlfriend out in public, and this was the first time I had gone out in public looking feminine, and I mean feminine like full makeup, hair, a cute dress and some heels. We were heading to Starbucks to chill and chat since I've been busy with work. We walk in order and sit down. Remind right now places like Starbucks and other shops like it are opening inside seating up again, but you must have a mask. We chatted for a bit when this woman comes over to us with her son like 7 to 8 IDK, not good with ages. Excuse me, but I overheard you talking, and you don't sound like a woman, so will you please go change into something more appropriate? Me and my GF look at each other confused. I look at this woman and say, I'm sorry, but how is this inappropriate, and also why does it matter how I sound? I can dress any way I want. Quick thing, my dress goes down below my knees, and I made sure no one could see up it. I have a picture of it on my page. Well, boys shouldn't be wear makeup and dresses, they are for women, and you also don't want to confuse the kids. GF Miss clothing isn't restricted to just one gender, also op is gender fluid, and they can present themselves in any way they want. The entitled mother starts to look angry. I don't think she liked hearing I'm gender fluid. There are only 2 genders, and you should leave before I call the cops. At this time people started to stare, and a barista came over to see if everything is okay. Barista, is everything okay, miss? No, this thing, she points at me, is being inappropriate for wearing this dress. I don't want my baby thinking he can wear women's clothing. I want them to leave or change. Me, sorry lady, I can dress the way I want to, and plus I'm not a thing, I'm a he. I was using she/her pronouns at the time, but I felt like messing with this Karen. Barista, miss, there isn't a rule about clothing as long as it not showing anything inappropriate. Op can wear what she wants. I want to see your manager, these people need to leave. Barista, miss, I am the manager, and I need you to leave. You are creating a disturbance and bothering my customers, or else I'll call the cops. Fine, but you just lost a customer. She stormed out, and the manager apologized for the inconvenience, and gave us a free scone. But this isn't the end of the story. About 10 minutes the walking back in with 2 police officers and pointed at me. The 2 officers walked over to us and started asking questions. P1, miss, we are being told you are showing inappropriate things to people. We would like you to come with us, so we can ask you some questions. I was so confused. I looked at my girlfriend and her face was as shocked as mine. The had this smug look on her face like she won. Me, wait, what? I've been trying to have a nice day with my GF. I said this in my normal voice, so they would hopefully take a hint that the had lied to them. The officers looked at each other very confused. P2, sir. Miss? Me, sir, is fine. P2, okay, sir, can you tell us about these allegations? I basically told them what happened and how I'm gender fluid, and if they wanted more proof I told them to go ask the manager. The had been throwing in comments like how disgusting it was I was wearing a dress, and how I should be arrested for being gay. I'm pan and also with my GF, so that comment made me laugh. They talked to the manager proving our side of the story. P1, okay, sir, well, thank you for your information, sorry about bothering you. Now you, turns to the you know I could have you fined or even arrested for false information about public nudity, so you better leave before I change my mind about arresting you. I've never seen someone leave an area that fast or angry before. After the incident a bunch of people completed me for my outfit and bravery for being true self. Entitled Uncle tried to give away my Xbox, backfires. Greetings people of Reddit, I have loved reading these stories, but never thought I would need to post one. This is my first story, so don't be surprised when you get bores. Anyway, a little backstory. I am a male and 16 years old from the UK, this story happened 4 to 5 months ago on my 16th birthday, but I only just thought to post it. This was around the time of the Xbox Series X and PS5 hype. Anyway, to the story. It is March 25, 2021, and it is my birthday party. Cringic. I have recently received an Xbox Series X as a birthday gift. I had not long set it up when my cousin, who I'm gonna call NC, nice cousin, who asked if he could have a turn after me. He is 12. I said sure, as long as you are careful. He nodded his head with an obvious grin and thanked me multiple times. After about 30 to 40 minutes, he left my room and the following conversation took place. NC, thanks for letting me play. I loved it. Op, no problem, I'm glad you are happy. NC, I'm gonna ask my dad if I can have one. Op, okay, make sure to ask nicely. NC walked off to talk to EU, entitled uncle, who was smiling and laughing while talking with my dad. His smile turned to a frown. How much money? I heard him say, shocked. He shook his head, then told NC to go away. I didn't see NC much more after that, so I just went outside to find my aunt, who was in the garden. We talked for a bit, but then I heard the familiar sound off my squeaky door hinges. Someone was in my room. I just brushed it off as my mum doing the rubbish bins, we have one in every room, and continued my conversation with my aunt. A few minutes later, I heard a car speeding off and I saw it was my uncle's. Using my knowledge of our entitled parents stories, my first instinct was to check on my Xbox. To my utter not surprise, it was gone. I told my mum, and she gave me 2 choices. 1 asterisk, call the police. 2 asterisk, confront my uncle. I chose option 2 because I didn't want anything to happen to NC. I waited a bit, then my mum drove me to EU's house. When I arrived, the first thing I looked at was NC's window. Yep. He was playing my Xbox. I knocked on the door and was met with no answer. I tried 3 times, but he never answered. I just called the police and I ended up getting my Xbox back, plus £500 compensation from EU, and he had to pay for damages NC made to my cables and monitor while scrambling to get it out of my room. I got £700 total. IDK how the damages added up to £200, but I'm not complaining. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.